samples are all loaded up, so we're good to go. You do the flying, I'll handle the radios. Go ahead and start the engines. This is an uncontrolled airport, so there's nobody to grant taxi clearance. Taxi to runway 2 whenever you're ready.
Okay, avionics and battery avionics, everything's already set. Car flaps open. Propeller full RPM, mixture full rich. I'm just gonna start both engines at once because I do not have the buttons. I don't have the equipment for it to do the proper startup procedure. So I'll just hit M plus on the keyboard and there we go. 2 good starts. At the time of recording, it is very hot in here, so it's nice to see some nice white snowy landscapes. So what's the outside temperature at the moment? Can I see that somewhere? Hold on. Oh, it doesn't say. Dang it. Well, anyway, we are. So I'll just do a magneto check. I'll check. So I've got to cycle the props. Yep. Trim set for takeoff. We've got a direct crosswind from the right, so that's good. Okay, release the brakes, and off we go.
This should be a pretty straightforward flight. First we'll fly north up the valley and make 2 stops to drop off these apples at Metal Valley and Lost River. Then we'll hop west over the mountains to Stehekin so I can pick up the mall. The other new guy dead sticked in yesterday when he ran out of fuel. Had to take a boat all the way back down the lake. There's a can of gas in the back so I can ferry them all back here.
Alright. Okay, clear left, clear right. This is also the first time that I'm recording a video with my new rudder pedals, so this is going to be very interesting. I've got a pair of Logitech SideTech Pro Flight rudder pedals now, and so far they are pretty good despite being, well, a rather old model by now. 2024 at least, anyway, okay. Oh wait, that's all sorted. Just turn on these. Oh, strobe and landing lights. Checked my flight controls, just check the elevator. There's more. Car flaps open. See, in case of engine failure after takeoff, before rotation, land on the remaining runway, and after rotation and above 200 feet. Hold best glide speed of 105 knots to, and try to land in a field. There is some terrain on the other side of that tree line. If you can find a sort of a bit of even terrain in the snow, that should be fine. Otherwise, let's not hope one of the engines fails. With that done, we are ready to go.
I don't see any traffic. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh.
Lake Chelan traffic, Baron 1 Foxtrot Sierra departing to the northeast.
Stick into the wind. And use the rudder. Let's try and pull up slightly. Oh. Oh, there we go. Oh. Being pushed to the side.
GPS to fly direct to Meadow Valley State if you want, but it's more fun to stay low and just follow the valley north. The identifier for the airport is Sierra 52 if you want to use the GPS. For now, just follow the river northeast.
Okay, flaps up. And let's set. Let's set cruise power 25 inches on the manifold and 2500 RPM. And pitch for 136 knots. There we go. That's 136. Almost 140.
I checked with flight service and the Okanagan MOA isn't active right now, but I'll check with Seattle Center again before we enter it.
Make sure what we do, that's military airspace. Would be a real shame if we entered in. If we had, well, if we encountered some F-18s on the way. Now above 3,000 feet, so I'll lean a bit. Keep an eye on my EGT. So let's maintain 3,500 for now.
I've flown this route dozens of times, but it seems more like hundreds. Maybe you can be a safety pilot for me sometime and I'll try it with my eyes closed. Just kidding.
There we go, 170 knots. Set cruise power. 2300 RPM and 23 inches of manifold pressure, if I'm correct. Might also turn on the engine NTIs, just in case.
See where the river turns east up ahead? Stop following it and fly northwest up the valley.
Alright. Those mountains are beautiful. Look at those. Okay. We are still straight and level.
There must be a run on apple pie at these resorts. Or maybe the road's closed from all the snow we've had. It's a pretty quick trip in the Baron, but personally, I'd rather be flying them all into these short strips.
Well, I understand that. It's... well, the Baron is a very fast plane compared to something like a Mole. Which is just a tailwheel plane in comparison.
There's another airport, Twisp, just south of Meadow Valley State. I made the mistake of landing there the first time I came up here. Never heard the end of it. Max doesn't like his pilots wasting fuel. Maybe that's why the new guy pushed his luck.
Also going to try to fly a bit close to the mountains and not dead in the center of the valley. Just so if anything happens, I still have the room to turn around if I have to.
Great job so far. The best way to get to Meadow from here is to follow the river valley to the northeast.
Alright. I should also just turn off these. Pointers, those are a bit, make it a bit too easy in my opinion.
You see that? I think the MOA's hot. I totally forgot to call center. Keep your eyes open and I'll find out what's going on. Seattle Center,
boy.
Baron 71 Foxtrot Sierra.
Baron 71 Foxtrot Sierra, Seattle Center. Go ahead.
1 Foxtrot Sierra just south of Twisp. Is the Okanagan Bravo MOA hot right now?
71 Foxtrot Sierra, stand by.
Those are F-18s right in front of us.
Baron 71 Foxtrot Sierra, affirmative. The Okanagan Bravo MOA is active this morning from 0800 to 1000 local time, 300 to 9,000 feet. JFR is at your own risk.
All right, thanks. 71 Foxtrot Sierra. Well, this isn't good, but we're almost to the airport, so let's keep going. Tell you what, we're almost to the excluded area around Twisp, so let's go down below 300 feet and hope we don't have any close encounters.
Are you sure? I'm not risking it. I'll stay right at the bridge of these mountains.
Whoa, that was too close. Stay below 300 feet. Man, I never thought I'd see an F-18 that close. I hope they were going too fast to read our tail number. We're not supposed to be this low. Okay, there's Twisp. Meadow Valley is just beyond it. The floor of the MOA around the airports is 1,500 feet, so we can climb to normal pattern altitude for the landing.
Okay, 1,700 feet above sea level. So I'll start slowing down. Also, I still have got my cowl flaps open. I'll keep them open for now. That being said, I think I actually closed them. I don't want to shock all my engines. That being said, I've still got my carb heat on. Carb heat engine NTI, as I'm supposed to say. These engines are fuel injected from memory. Yeah, I think we were supposed to do a left-hand circuit. This one.
The wind favors landing on 1-3. Nobody's in the pattern. Let's enter for left traffic on 1-3.
Okay.
Meadow Valley traffic, Baron 1 Foxtrot Sierra, entering a left downwind from the south for 1-3.
Okay, we are now at... Yeah, we're now below gear extension speed. And first notch of flaps. Okay, comp checklist. Gas on both tanks, undercarriage down, mixture full rich, and props will go to full RPM. Let's go to 2500 first. The elevator is very sensitive. Careful, careful. Still 1,000 feet above the ground. Okay. Carb heat off. No configuration changes below 300 feet AGL. Just, okay, keep it going, keep it going. Maybe trim it a little. There we go.
The resort van is parked on the northeast side of the field. Taxi up and I'll help unload the apples.
Go, flaps up. Landing and strobe lights off. I think we'll just stay low on the departure. So you'll take the second exit. All I have to do is just taxi right through an area around the van. So make sure I don't strike my wingtip. But I need to make sure my wingtip doesn't strike the van. Let's see. Is this good enough? Okay.
The apples are all unloaded. Taxi back to runway 13 for our departure.
Peak realism right here, ladies and gentlemen. And variations of. If the winds are the same at our next stop, we're gonna have to... We'll be in for a treat. Let's say that. We're gonna have to do one of those canyon turns on during the approach. So what we'll do is slow down to 100 knots, lower the gear, lower all of the flaps, and then we'll do a U-turn on the final. Flaps are set. Let's open the cowl flaps again. Carb heat off. Prepare full RPM. Flap set. Oh, oops. Let's do it again. There's nothing more useless than runway that's behind you. And let's set my camera correct. There we go. And here we go. Rotate
Meadow
it.
Valley traffic, Baron 1 Foxtrot Sierra, departing northwestbound.
There we go. Tap the brakes. Raise the gear.
The border of the MOA is only about 5 miles northwest of here. If we stay low and keep our eyes open, we should be okay. Okay, let's continue northwest up the valley to Lost River. The identifier is Whiskey 12 if you want to use the GPS. Stay low for now.
Alright. I can fly as low as I want. There's no altitude restrictions or anything.
There go some more F-18s. Uh-oh, looks like they're coming back for another look. Just keep heading northwest.
Nothing to see here. Just the Baron transporting some apples. Oh, I heard them. Okay.
According to the GPS and the chart, we're clear of the MOA right about here. Let's continue up the valley as long as the weather's okay, and let's climb to 3,500 feet.
Okay. Set for cruise climb. Oh look, we're already there. Let's level off. Now speed up to 170. Okay, yeah, we're now at 170. So I can now set cruise power again. Is that just my nose being too low, or? Okay. And that's going to be a tricky one. There's it's at my 12 o'clock. It's a small airstrip. It looks like a small dirt strip that is right in the middle of some very tall trees. So I think what I'm going to do is
The airstrip is at the junction of a couple of valleys, and it's a tight fit. If the wind's the same up there, we'll need to land to the southeast on runway 11. It's a right traffic pattern, and the turnaround is tight. Keep our speed low and use the flaps.
let's go 22 inches manifold pressure, 1700 RPM. See, carpet is on, so I can actually just go all the way back to 17 inches of manifold pressure and not have to worry about the potential risk of shock cooling the engines. And oh my god, this plane is fast.
That's the airport up ahead. Looks like the wind is coming from the southeast. Fly over the airport to check for obstructions, then circle to land on runway 11.
Okay, I'm going to... That means I'm going to have to come in for that. Alright, okay. Landing gear down. First notch flaps. Goes. Second notch of flaps. Now just keep the speed up. First. Okay, there we go.
Lost River traffic. Baron 1 Foxtrot Sierra is overflying the airport to maneuver for a right downwind to land on runway 11.
Yep, that's clear. So I'm now going to have to... Oh dear. This is sketchy. So, open my cowl flaps. Make sure I don't stall. Oh my god, this is very, very tight. Okay. Okay.
Good landing. This one's a bit tricky. Taxi up to the resort to unload the apples.
Okay, we made it. I have to say, this isn't exactly a mission for beginners. I definitely recommend only doing this mission when you've done the mountain flying tutorial and also did the commercial pilot license course with Rod Machado that's in the learning center section of the simulator. Those have got some very handy tips and tricks on how to fly into short fields. Oh, how to do short field takeoffs and landings, and also how to fly with terrain like this. It's not exactly easy, as you can tell. Wait, are my landing lights now on or off? Yeah, they're off. Okay.
Okay, you're just about rid of me. Just a quick hop southwest over the mountains to Stehekin State. If you look at the GPS, its identifier is 6 Sierra Niner. Let's take off to the southeast on runway 11.
Alright. Also, planning on using all of the available space. So what I'm going to do is like this. Okay. Hold the brakes. Prepare full RPM. Okay, once my RPM gets to 2000, I release the brakes and lift off at 80 knots. Wait, actually, let's check my VX real quick. .92 knots. So rotate at 80 knots, rotate at 85 knots, then pitch up to 92 knot, pitch for 92 knots, and raise the gear, and retract the flaps once we are clear of the obstacles. Then we climb out at VY, which is 105 knots. We're going for let's see, performance climb. Let's see, just check it. Check that part real quick. Let's see. Is this the takeoff? Oh, that's the takeoff. Minimum oil temperature has to be 20. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, this is cruise climb. We need normal climb. So full throttle is 2700 RPM, which is the red line. And okay, keep everything at full power and climb at VY. Okay, that's all I need to know. And here we go. Okay, set.
Lost River traffic, Baron 1 Foxtrot Sierra departing to the southeast.
60 knots. There's 85 and 92.
None of the valleys lead to the airport, so we'll have to go over the top at some point. Might as well climb and fly direct to the airport.
Okay, we're above the trees.
Keep climbing as we head down the valley. Once we gain some altitude, you can turn southwest and head for the airport.
The reason I'm climbing so steeply is because we're gonna have to climb over mountain ridge that is 8,500 feet tall. Okay, that went well. Let's see, pitot heat and engine anti-ice is on. Oh wow, this is beautiful. Let's see, I also...
1 Foxtrot Sierra base.
1 Foxtrot Sierra, go ahead.
We just had an interesting chat with some military folks. Seems they didn't like you participating in their training exercise. Max is pretty upset about this.
Oh no.
Base, say again, you're breaking up. Having some radio problems here.
1
Oh
Foxtrot
dear.
Sierra, I'll keep it short. You're in big trouble.
Roger, Baron 1 Foxtrot Sierra. Don't let that worry you. There's a shortage of pilots. What are they gonna do, fire us? Don't answer that. It was a rhetorical question.
Of course. Just starting a bit to the west here. Just so I can save myself the misery of having to do a canyon turn in this airplane. As you can see with during the previous approach, I am pretty sure I nearly stalled. I think it's through this valley. Oh wait, no. I'm going to have to be super duper careful. Let's first fly over this ridge and then we'll start our descent. Because as I could see on the chart real quick, it was the airfield is near a lake, near the river in the valley. See, after this we're gonna have to do a very steep descent. Or I just make my life a little easier. I'm underneath the gear and gear extension and flap speed, so I can just I can actually start my descent already. So let's carpet this on so I don't have to worry about shock cooling, and second notch of flaps. Let's slow down to 100 and actually what's best glide speed in this plane? Let's see, that's probably at the minimum glide range speed is 115. I need to be careful here.
This runway is shorter and the valley's even tighter than the last one. Use the same technique and we should be fine. Let's land to the south.
You know, it should be fine. It's very high up at the list of famous last words spoken by pilots. I said I wasn't going to do another canyon turn, but here I am. Whoa. Need a lot more rudder. That was a perfectly coordinated turn. Oh yes, we've also got a downdraft that's helping us. This is perfect. There it is. So you're now at 1500 feet a minute. 4500 feet. Oh. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was a massive gust. Okay. I'm actually going to trim it for this speed. It's going to be our final approach speed. There we go. This valley is pretty much one way in, one way out. Okay. 2,000 feet above the ground. 2 miles out. Might actually push the nose down a little. This is otherwise going to take too long. Okay, 1.5 miles out. 1,000 feet above the ground.
Vehicle traffic, Baron 1 Foxtrot Sierra, landing runway 13.
400s. 300s. 200s.
There's the mall.
Whoops. Don't float, don't float. Oh, there we go. Just being pushed a bit to the side by the wind. But we made it.
Taxi over to the mall and I'll gas her up. Okay, see you back at Chelan. Just follow the lake all the way to the southeast and you'll be there in no time. The airport's just northeast of the end of the lake. And don't worry about the thing with the F-18s. I'll smooth it over when we get back.
Roger that. Okay, carpet off. Actually, no. There you go. Approach flaps. Actually, just the same principle. We'll just rotate at 85. Pitch for 92 knots for initial climb. Then, okay, so same thing we're gonna do. Rotate at 85, climb out at 92, then aim for 105 knots at best climb. If anything was to happen, best climb speed is 115, and in case of non-critical issues, we'll keep going. Just, it's a 42 nautical mile leg, and nothing. Temps and pressures are all in the green. I've got nothing bad, so hold the brakes. Full power. There we go. And there's 85. And there's 92. Tap the brakes. Immediately turn a bit to the left. Okay, we're now above. Doing great. I'm actually going to pitch for. Oh!
Baron 1 Foxtrot Sierra, I'm still on the ground, but it sounded like one of your engines just quit. If your other engine's good, you should be fine to press on to Chelan. I've flown on one engine in that plane lots of times. I guess we could do with some better maintenance around here. If I can catch up with you, I'll fly down to the lake to see how you're doing.
Okay. See, I'm still climbing. I'm not going to do any configurations. I'm now going to have to fly 40 miles at a... with one engine failed. See, I feathered the prop. And also close the left cowl flap. This is just for better aerodynamics. See, it's... I'll just maintain 200 feet, but if I can gain some extra altitude, that would be mega. To be honest, if I just maintain 120 knots, we'll be there in about 20 minutes. Just try to gain some altitude while I still can, because every single bit of extra altitude makes my life
Yep,
easier.
the left engine quit, just like last time. The right engine's never given me any problems. You'll make it back just fine. Matter of fact, I'll race you.
Are you kidding me? Why? That's not even fair. I've only got one engine. Well, actually, I guess that does make it fair, because the mall has only got one engine. Well, on the upside, I'm still climbing, still got power. Temperatures do seem like they're... does seem like it's running a bit hot. Still within limits though. Keep the dead engine a bit
Base,
high.
small 163.
Base, go ahead.
Yeah, the Baron lost the left engine again. It's limping home, so you'd better get the shop cleared out.
Roger 163. We'll be ready for him.
Well, yeah, we'll be there in about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm still standing. Feeling like a true survivor. Feeling like a little kid. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing. I guess I'll be logging about 25 minutes worth of single engine time in a multi-engine aircraft. At least that's a joke B-29 pilots used to make back in World War II. Yeah, the wind is pushing me into the mountains. We'll stay on the left hand side, in case I need the extra space to do a canyon turn. Okay, first thing I'm going to do when I get to Chelan is inspect if there's no traffic on the runway, and then I will come in to land. I won't be able to do a go around, so I need to get it right the first time round. No pressure, of course. I've got plenty of room. Yeah, like I was trying to say in the beginning of the video, this mission is a very good lesson in risk management. Because mountain flying, of course, doesn't really allow for a big margin of error. So it's really a matter of how do you manage the risk of the close, well, the massive terrain on either side of you when you're flying in a canyon or a valley. And what do you do when your engine quits, or if one of your engines quits? So yeah, all that sort of thing you have to take into account when doing this kind of flying. Flying straight and level at 3,000 feet. You love to see that. Okay, 13 miles to go. It's still running a little hot, but it's stable. 10 miles to go. We're flying at 125 knots. So we'll be there in less than 10 minutes. I'm going to take some extra time because I'm pretty sure my co-pilot is already there. Because you know, when you've got a plane with an engine that is not running suboptimal, you can just climb straight over the mountain. So I'm pretty sure he's made a massive shortcut. Whereas I have to fly, even though I might be a little faster, I have to fly through the valley. I have to fly in between the mountains instead of having the luxury of climbing right over them.
Mall 163, 5 miles southwest of Chelan, inbound for landing.
It's only 2 miles ahead. Okay. You'll join the circuit about now. So do is join a right downwind onto runway 02 and lower the gear and set the flaps on approach for, well, during the downwind. Go through my gump checklist, gump checks, and then set my approach for use full flaps when I am on final. And only when I'm actually on final and not while I'm still on base or anything, because I want to make sure I actually make it to the runway. And I do not want to risk stalling the airplane when I can prevent it.
Mall 163, turning final Chelan.
Okay. Good to know. See, the airport is right behind those mountains. Let's see, let's first set my prop RPM back to 1700. Normally I'd first pull a bit back on the power, but I do the props first because I don't want to risk shock cooling the engine.
Baron 1 Foxtrot Sierra, I have you in sight. The pattern is clear and the wind is a direct crosswind at about 12 knots.
Roger that. I'm now at 1500 feet above aerodrome level. Okay, that's actually... Okay, so I've now got my flaps and gear lowered. Now, just so I can actually make the turn. Okay, you know what, actually, lower the flaps all the way already. Actually, no. Raise them again. I do not want to stall. I cannot risk stalling. Okay, now 800 feet above aerodrome level. About 700 feet. Oh my god, I'm so scared of stalling. Yeah, I'm now full right rudder. Oh, it's not wanting to make the turn. It doesn't want to make the turn at all. Oh, this is horrible. Oh my god. Okay, I've still got 1.8 miles till 500 feet above aerodrome level. Okay, there it is. Oh man. Okay, I'm very low above the ground. Go. Runway is clear. Oh. Oh. I bounced. Oh god.
Baron
Okay.
1 Foxtrot
I
Sierra,
bounced
welcome
it, but
back. Taxi over to
okay.
the maintenance hangar and we'll get that mechanic right on it. Won't take long. We need that airplane for some flights this week. Both engines are ready for an overhaul, but we can get a few more hours out of them.
Okay. Brakes on. Parking brake on. Okay. Okay, that was it. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this this little interesting video. I'm going to go have a break, have some lunch, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.